listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 135 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture, navigated by the Deadites. The Deadites are the world's greatest electroshock band. We destroy monsters, we drink booze, we win championship belts, and we also take questions from our audience, as Dynamo mentioned in the opening.
I really seldom drink booze anymore.
What are you drinking right now?
My soda for the week.
Why don't you drink booze?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Did you hit your quota? Like,
no,
you've had way more. Your liver just can't take it.
In the name of full disclosure, lovely, perfect, probably wearing too much clothes right now, Myra. I am having a Kit Kat right now. I haven't had one in a long time, and I have to tell you that I don't like the taste of it. Has anyone else experienced such a thing?
I have.
Don't eat them all.
It could be old.
Are you not going to eat them?
Well, they're almost gone.
Well, you ate almost all of it anyway.
Yeah, these taste horrible.
Return it.
Can you give me back my $2.35, please, Brad?
That's not good. $2.35. So yeah, Myra, don't get mad at me. We will. We're gonna renegotiate this diet here because I've been doing good otherwise.
You want some Burger King?
That's one thing. All jokes aside, I have not had Burger King or McDonald's or Wendy's or anything like that, Five Guys even, since the diet contest started the first time. I only drink soda here.
No,
Huh?
I thought you had McDonald's. You had a Big Mac and McNuggets.
Oh, you're right. On was that the Royal Rumble?
Aries
or the
threw him
playoff
away
game?
or something.
Yeah. Well, I didn't finish them anyway. Yeah, I forgot about that. Good eye. But and they tasted bad then. So I've been doing good. Though, in my rudo ways, I may not have been following every single rule.
Were you like Bruce Campbell?
Yeah.
I may not have said all the words.
But it has been like I had a nice long dinner with the Rev the other day, and I was telling him it's definitely affected my overall eating for the better.
Yeah, this is a blessing, actually. If it tastes like shit to you, first of all, it's shit to begin with. But if it
want one?
starts to taste like shit to you, that's even better.
You want the last part?
No thanks, man. That tastes like shit.
You don't like Kit Kats?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of full right now. I had a big meal from Burger King earlier today.
What is everyone eating fucking Burger King?
Yeah, you want to know what I had for Burger King?
Yeah, tell me.
I had a double Whopper cheese, no onions. Okay, because I don't want onions.
Okay.
Double Whopper cheese, no onions. I tried that what's that called? The Yumbo?
Arby's, the Arby's one?
Yeah,
fake Arby's sandwich?
The Yumbo
Yeah.
sandwich. I tried one of them.
How was it?
It was okay. Nothing special. I could see why it died in the 70s. And I had 2 hamburgers, and I had a large fry and a large Coke.
I want a hot dog. No, I want a hamburger. No. You'll get nothing and like it. Jesus.
I want a hamburger. No, a cheeseburger.
What did Raven Shadow get?
I had 2 cheeseburgers
And a cigarette.
and a cigarette.
I think 2 cheeseburgers is more than I've ever seen you eat.
He had an ash burger.
I had 2 cheeseburgers, the chicken, the French fries, and the $1.24 like bag of nuggets they do now.
Nice. Well, tonight I'm eating like shit because we're celebrating.
Congratulations.
Whoa. What are we celebrating?
My my second published comic work.
Oh, wow. So, like, your name's on the cover and everything like that?
No.
No?
Nope.
Why not?
Nor is it in the table of contents, or is it listed under the actual work.
How are you getting credit for
Yeah.
this?
I didn't.
Oh.
And I found it because I bought the book.
Okay. So you didn't
I'm
know?
losing something in the translation here.
So you didn't know otherwise?
Nope, I had no idea. I didn't even get a Jigsaw shirt for it.
Oh,
Did I tell you guys the time I wrote Watchmen? That was
oh, you wrote that?
I wrote
Here's what's
Watchmen.
funny. I knew you all was going to say this, but I was having trouble with the people that were putting out this book while I was writing it. They were saying something didn't make any sense. And I sent this fucking 1-page script to Wolfie and Ledger to make sure that I'm not fucking crazy. So they read it. So if they see this, they'll say that's that fucking script. It's about Ultramantis and fruit pies.
You're kind of playing your hand here.
Oh, sorry.
You don't apologize to me.
I mean, oh, sorry. You'll be hearing from Miss M.
So what's up tonight? We got a lot going on tonight, guys.
Yeah.
We are going to review the post-apocalyptic zombie film from Australia, Wyrmwood, Road to the Dead. Actually, Dynamo, you mentioned all this stuff. I'll just rehash it. And we're also going to do our Ask the Deadites segment. We haven't done it in a while. I'm sorry, Ask the Deadites and the other ones. That's us.
Yes.
You, and me.
We're the other ones.
We're the other ones. Yeah.
And the rest.
I consider you, I do say the rest a lot too, but I consider you the management.
We don't manage anything.
Well, you manage the media.
Yeah, all
Somebody's
right.
supposed to be booking us, and our PR guy not only is horrible at it, he doesn't even often know that he is it. So
Holy shit, we got a ton of people hanging on the chat room already.
Wow, Dilly.
We got Tom C.
Hey, Tommy C, what's up, buddy?
Tom C says check.
anybody I want to see naked?
We got Tom C and Rocky B.
Oh, there you go.
Right, better, warmer.
Yeah, and we got GSBH.
Oh,
Nice.
Snoop.
Oh wait,
Nice.
it's GSBHS now.
S. What's
He added an S.
Whoa.
Gene Siskel's balding head scratch. We also have Jeanette from Haunting TV is hanging out.
Oh, this
my
is
God.
exciting.
Hey.
I love Jeanette so much. She's such a great artist too.
Yeah, she is actually. Yeah,
Big ups on that Why the Last Man little interview. That was
Yep,
pretty
for
rad.
sure.
and also
Big ups on your bab
what?
that Australian movie. Good review.
Oh,
Good-
Wyrmwood.
No, the other
Quigley down under.
Yes.
Jumpin' Jack Flash. Babadook.
GSBHS says, pick me up, I'm in Lowell.
Oh shit!
GSBH.
Me up, cause I'm in love. Oh, and Gene Siskel's not picking me up.
GSBH, did you join the gang in Lowell yet? That's what I want to know. We'll wait for your answer. Tom C, I don't think he liked Wyrmwood. He calls it Road to the Shit.
Can you say that?
You can't write that. You can't write that. You can't say that.
I went to blow your load early, Tom C. But
So that's what we're gonna do tonight. We got lots of stuff going on.
Where the hell Tiny go?
I don't know. Let me see if I can get him on the line here. He said he was running a little bit late. Give him a ring. And Jeanette says, "Oh, thanks, Mars."
You're welcome, dear.
I said some compliments too, though. Just saying.
Yeah, I think we all did.
Oh, there's Tiny.
Oh.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Tiny.
Hi.
Tiny, I love you so much. Oh, I usually don't say that aloud.
Nope.
I do have some presents for you, Tiny, that I was going to drop off today. But,
Oh, stage presents?
no.
You're gonna give it away?
I think he has more stage presents than I do. Everyone has more stage presence than I do. I've said it a million times. If you see those pictures, you may incidentally see me in the background walking around like
That's true. Everybody
Sasquatch.
just shoulders you out of the way now. Good.
because everybody because there is a perfect spot where all 8 people taking pictures of a stand where you get a perfect shot of Miss M's ass and at the right time up Oracle's skirt.
Wow.
Why would you care about me at all? I would be angry at you under those circumstances if you took a picture of me.
Is somebody talking right now? I don't care about you. You're talking about Miss M. We have lots of questions. There's people are still adding questions as we speak.
My God.
We're gonna have like a 5-hour show just based on all.
Let's
these.
get right into Wyrmwood.
What else? We have other stuff. Hold on. I'm trying to think if there's something else.
Don't you dare dilly dally.
Don't you dare say dilly dally. So what else is going on? We also had, I don't know, I mean, we didn't have a
Can
ton
we
of...
call our next record the Black Dilly Dally Murders?
I think we just did. It's not all that exciting, but we did a couple Tube Sync screenings earlier this, or I guess last
You'll have to
week.
explain what tube sync is.
Yes.
I
So
thought you said tubes. I thought you said tube steak.
yeah, tube socks, tube steak, whatever.
Nice.
Threw some tube steaks on the grill. It was really exciting.
Yeah, it was. So we learned about it from our buddies over at the Cult of Muscle, Jakey and CDR, and they basically posted about it. And what it is it's a way to show videos on the internet, whether it's YouTube, Vimeo, Dailymotion, and you can basically program your own channel.
Whoa,
And-
whoa, 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 whoa! The internet has videos now.
I know. It's crazy, right? This is a new thing.
What about porno video?
Raven Shadow, can you confirm or deny?
Oh yeah, it does.
I am.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you're trying to just hook on to trickortreatradio.com.
Yeah, or if you're your dad.
I had a few hours.
Oh,
I
man,
had
let's
a-
go with that.
had a few hours alone today. I watched a lot of medical videos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
what?
well,
Fake
I'm
hospital?
Not, I'm not sure what the medical why they're. I mean, maybe not medical is the right word. There's a lot of fluids exchanged.
Okay.
Hey, no.
Okay.
I thought they were ghost stories about poop.
The tiny distant laugh. Oh man. So Tube Sync, not Tube Steak or Tube Socks.
Bukkake, the haunted toilet.
So the channel owner or admins or whatever, you basically make a playlist, and whenever you tune into the channel, everybody sees the same thing at the same time. So it's like, let me quote SL. It's like a virtual Trick or Treat Radio field trip.
Wow.
So we can watch everything all at the same time. So it's
Wow.
pretty cool. So I messed around with it a little bit. I did played Neon Maniacs, played The Final Terror, tried to find some films that were on YouTube in their entirety, and I did a trailer show, and also played some Deadites videos and some old crypto casts. It was cool, and I actually watched Turkish Star Wars. It was just me and Ledger, like late on Saturday night. It was kind of weird.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is like a Trick or Treat Radio field trip, and kids, you don't have
Virtual,
to, and,
yeah.
and you don't have to get permission from your folks either. You just do it all on your own, man.
That's right.
Don't need to sign any fucking permission slip. Fuck the permission slip.
Well, that's
Right.
not what you do with that. You're supposed to sign it. Send it back. No wonder you
Could
could
sign it.
No wonder
then
you didn't
fuck
get to
it.
go anywhere.
Dude, fuck that permission slip.
Yeah, that's why you didn't go anywhere.
Fuck it raw.
Trust me. If you could actually open that permission slip right now.
Oh man. So who knows? Right now we're just running the same films on a loop because I haven't programmed any additional ones. But maybe what we'll do is maybe even just once a month we'll plan a special like Trick or Treat Radio, a virtual Trick or Treat Radio field trip. And hopefully we'll get a couple of us, to be able to hang out, and we can do something like that.
That picture's awesome.
I'll try to schedule some stuff out, like maybe at least once a week or something like that, just to have stuff going. And if anyone has recommendations, feel free to post on the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group, Twitter, or just email podcast@trickortreatradio.com if there's a film that you feel is awesome and want to watch, with an audience. We can do that up. It'll be fun. So we'll try some other stuff with it, but go check out Tube Sync, and it's the Trick or Treat Radio is the name of the channel. So there you go. What else are we doing tonight, guys? Let me introduce everyone. How about that?
There you go.
I don't want to forget that. I am Johnny Wolfenstein, the pencil pusher and producer of media for Trick or Treat Radio and the Deadites. We also have the immortal gunslinger, the singer and lyricist for the Deadites. He's eating a Kit Kat that tastes like shit.
No,
Dynamo.
I've moved on to Jack Links.
Oh,
Wait, but did the Kit Kat taste like shit?
Yeah,
Why? What kind of Kit Kat was it?
I think I've just lost my taste for it. I haven't had a Kit Kat in a long time now.
I once got a Twix and one of the bars didn't have caramel in it.
what?
Holy shit! That company's
It's a
life
true
is
story.
ruined for a
I wrote an irate letter to. I think it's.
Wait, is it like that letter you wrote for the
Eminem, I
ooey
think it's
gooey?
Eminem Mars. Yeah, that's it.
You never
and,
wrote them a letter.
I did. I sent. I did about the Twix,
Oh, okay.
and I got a coupon for a free Twix. Actually, I got 2 coupons for free Twix.
Hey, yeah, it's a jackpot,
But still,
dude.
Do you think that makes up for giving me a freaking Twix with no caramel on it?
Did it,
I want the fucking company.
did the free ones you get have caramel on them?
They did actually.
Oh,
yeah, they
okay,
did.
good.
Oh, thank God. Was it the left
Scared
one
me.
or the right one? Because that's pretty big nowadays.
You know, on another day, I probably would remember. I think it was the if you're looking at the name Twix
Yeah.
and you spun it so that the bottom of Twix was to your right, it would be the left one.
Oh, those bastards.
Twix was your jam though back in the day. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Still
They-
love Twix.
they are a
There's
shady bunch.
literally nothing wrong with Twix. You know what's really good though? Milky Way caramel only. That's like Twix without the cookie, and that like if I got a Twix without the cookie, I wouldn't have wrote that letter.
Really?
I love cheese. Yeah, it's all about the caramel.
Tiny, I'm going to get you some of those ooey gooey cookies.
Don't you dare!
With the caramel center.
Everyone needs to go out and buy Jack Links right now, even if they don't like beef jerky, because all their commercials are fucking awesome.
Yeah,
How does
they're
the
right.
how does the
Yeah,
Jack
they're good.
Links taste?
They taste good. I still
Okay.
eat a lot of beef jerky. Very minimal carbs and
Yeah. Grand amount of protein. Protein.
Yeah, no, they're really good for you. they're not as terrible for you as just straight up fake food, though.
It's true, but it's still processed food.
It's the salt. That's a fucking shit.
Sodium.
I
Yeah.
love salt though. It makes me skinny.
Yeah, yeah. Your body probably doesn't love it.
My body likes blowjobs, and that's about all that it responds to in 2015.
And it's not responding to much.
No. Though I do find most of the time when I have to pee now, I almost shit my pants. That's probably like a bad old man.
Jesus.
That's weird. What? What did you say?
Yeah. What? GSBH says he needs the jacket Mars, the gang jacket,
I can probably make that happen.
and Jeanette says thanks to you all. So she thanked us all, Raven Channel.
Oh.
Yeah, but
You're
only,
welcome.
only Dan when I said that, and I was the first one that said it. So I think maybe a little.
Well, people tend to forget you're here sometimes.
I
think.
just said it. I'm telling
Raven,
you
Raven,
again.
shout, quit while you're ahead.
while you're
okay,
behind.
man?
I was watching.
I think she knows that one of us actually partakes in her content.
I did. She was in the comic shop. She was in the comic shop talking about Yorick.
Comic?
Kamek.
Comic.
Oh, yeah, nice.
The Kamek Shap.
Kamek.
Yeah.
Kamek Shap.
I watched that little post. It was cute.
Raven Chow, you,
Kamek retribution.
you gonna you gonna get a Kamek can?
Yeah.
So
Shit,
Rock
Comic retribution is actually a pretty badass name for a shop.
Yes, yeah.
Comic Retribution.
I think we may be onto something here.
Yeah.
Kamek Retribution.
Kamek.
Kamek. C-A-M-I-C. Kamek.
Perfect.
Rocky has he has an observation. He says, I notice a theme. If you have breasts and a feminine name, you get way more respectful and acknowledgement around here.
Not just around here, Rock. I mean,
Not in this room.
not in his room, but yeah, and that's how the.
No. And Jeanette says, yep, better get yourself a pair. Rocky did have surgery recently, so I think maybe.
Was he lactating again?
What the hell? Tom C's talking shit about CDR.
Yeah, he's running amok.
Yeah,
About CDR?
Yeah.
Why?
What
Why
was
would
he
you
saying?
Why would you do that? I don't feel I should repeat that.
Yeah, but why CDR? Does he know who he is?
I don't know. Probably
I
not.
think so.
Does he know where Canada is?
You know, yeah, I was gonna say you don't.
I'm trying to go there and visit CDR.
Right.
Rocky says, "Oh, Father MZ always taking late night confessions from the kids."
How many fingers was it?
You are healed, my son.
We also have the katana wielding, synth hoarding, snow maze.
We're just getting around to me.
Yes, snow maze building, snowboard planing, mask wearing composer and songwriter for the Deadites. He was in the Ming Dynasty in Hong Kong.
He invented snowboarding.
He invented snowboarding. Tiny White.
Yep, I did. You know what? I just bought recently that has completely revolutionized the winter for me.
Another synth.
Snow pants.
Snow pants.
Snow trousers.
I have those
Snow
too,
pants
Tiny.
in hell?
They are fucking. They are like during Snowmageddon. Like
Yeah.
that was a lot of snow, but it was light. So just to be able to I have a full fucking suit.
nice.
I have the full 9 yards.
Oh,
I just wait
so
out
good.
there.
Do you guys have suits? Everybody that's got a snow suit, raise your hand.
I don't have a snowsuit, but I have like a Lorenzo Lamas like
Lorazepam.
Lorenzo Lorazepam. That's my new name.
Lorenzo Lorazepam.
I endorse that.
No, it's like an Australian outback
Amazing.
coat.
Outback Jack.
It's like an outback jack that it's like
Yeah.
you're a
Outback
buster.
jacket.
Lorenzo Lorazepam in his Outback jacket.
Keep me scrawny ass warm, Lou. Keep me scrawny ass warm.
This is one of those times where we're not as funny as we think we are.
Yeah.
What the hell, Rocky? He keeps posting these Muppet pictures on the Fib. Oh, you're talking about Lorenzo Lorazepam and Outback Jack.
Yeah, my outback jacket. It can only be a very nomad style trench coat, but it can also snap buckles, so you're wearing like a suit. So it goes from being like suit to jacket.
Oh, like garter belt? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm saying under. I wear that under my long
What's the
johns.
over and under on that?
Jesus.
Come over and help me shovel.
Do they come unzipped a lot?
Yeah, because you can even snap it so it's like a quarter. It's when you don't care about how you appear, but you got to
Yeah.
get the job done.
That's all the time
That's
for
all
you,
the
isn't
time
it?
for me.
Outback jacket.
It's pretty good. It's a good trash bag with a zipper on it.
Keep me skinny legs dry, guy. Keep me skinny legs dry.
Where is the place for my smokes joint? Where is the place for my smokes?
It's exciting.
This is. We also have the chain smoking, hand kissing, baby shaking, hot pocket loving, comic book reading nerd, and the official smoke machine for the Deadites. I just listened to him on Unchained with Bobby Chains, where he's the best bumper in NCW.
That's right, John.
Michael Ravenshadow.
Absolutely. And when I'm not co-hosting on this clearly acclaimed podcast, I'm hanging out in the chain domain, running amok.
It's very similar to this show, though. So you must have felt at home.
It's very no, they like me over there. They thank me for
That is a
coming.
big difference.
Yeah, you're right. It's a different dynamic altogether.
They thought I had knowledge. No, it was cool. I was hanging out with Bobby Chains, Uncle Paulie, wasted money. I'm not sure what's happening with Tim Nice. Tim Nice
He's getting
apparently,
run down.
He's getting run down.
yeah, he's de-excommunicated from those guys over there. Episode 9 on something called SoundCloud.
Right.
I'm not sure what that is.
You're like a strange mix of every wrestling promoter I ever worked for and my Grammy.
Well, yeah, when I listened to it, Chains just played it
It
over
was
the phone
like
to
fucking
me.
magic.
Yeah.
Animo.
Animal.
Animo, you want to wrestle Sandman this weekend? And I don't know. Let me check. Grammy. I don't know how to work this machine.
It's a good show. Episode 9. Raven Chains Connection.
Oh my God, Rocky. All right, so we also have the vulgar guru of horror, member of Morbid Vision Films, contributor for Horror Hound magazine, Monster fucking Zero.
Yeah, hey, Bobby Chains, when are we going to start hooking up, man?
Whoa.
No, not that. No, not that way.
Whoa.
Not that way, dicks.
Exactly.
No.
Okay.
No, we're supposed we've been talking lately, and we're supposed to hook up on trying to get something for the.
We've been talking.
We've been
and we're supposed to
talking.
make
We're
love
gonna,
soon.
yeah, we're gonna hook up.
That's all I was trying to say.
Yeah, we've been talking lately. I'm going to give him what I implied that we should give Myra for a gift last week. But check it out.
That's right. That's right.
I've been doing a lot of sexting.
And that still stands.
Dear Bobby James,
Have you seen Rufus yet?
I want to put my hand up you like Jim Henson.
Oh
I
God.
want to be Jim Henson.
Put his hand up Red Fraggle.
Better wear a fucking glove, man.
You be Lamb Chop. And I'll be the other one with
The other one.
Bobby Jane, please come put Gland Chop back in the cave.
the gland chop.
Clam chop. Wow, we're off the fucking rails right here.
We're off the reservation.
Yeah,
Let's go to the movie.
that's very insensitive, Tiny.
Yeah.
Really fucking insensitive.
Yeah, off the
Jesus
reservation.
Christ.
What is that,
Yeah.
man?
all
I'm
he
part
was saying-
Indian, man.
By the way, no, that's
yeah.
not what he meant. That's not what he meant. He meant like if we went to Abdal's and had a 6 o'clock reservation and we don't stroll
Right.
until like 6:15.
That's exactly
it.
what Tiny
That's
and I would
exactly
do.
What I meant. Yep. Ugh, you're off the reservation.
Hey.
What?
I'm very offended by that.
Yeah, I see that one single tear you have
Because
coming
he's
down
part
your face.
because he's part Indian and part
I
restaurant
am.
hostess.
I'm like 30% Iroquois Indian.
Me too, man.
And
I am.
70% puppet.
Hey.
The best part about having two members of our panel with early onset Alzheimer's is the fact that they often discover the same shit about each other over and over again.
Yeah. What was that, about 50 episodes ago, maybe?
If I had a fucking dollar for every time these assholes discovered that they were both Indian, I'd have my own casino. It'd be called Wyrmwoods.
All right. So
It's exciting.
one thing I want to mention, and we got another T-shirt sale.
Hey, all right.
I'll call him out because I don't think he minds, but our boy Belial love it.
Nice.
Hey, and he loves it, huh?
And I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but Raven Shadow, you better get out those 8x10s.
I know. If I can go to one particular text, where is it? Where's the text, Johnny?
I see it. Yeah. Jeanette.
Jeanette says.
Yeah, what'd she say?
What if I asked for one of Raven Shadow's 8x10 glossies? Would that make it all better?
Jeanette, you will fall out of favor with me. And I know it probably doesn't matter.
Let me tell you something, Jeanette. It'll make it all right.
Oh, I see why Tom C doesn't like CDR.
Why?
He says he kicked me off the GGTMC Facebook page.
What?
For what?
Yeah, what'd you do?
Were you being a dick, Tom C?
Jeez, I can't imagine him being a dick.
I just can't imagine somebody getting kicked off there. I've been a dick on that.
that's true.
Jeanette did a digital hand raise for the snowsuit count.
Oh.
Jeanette is foxy, so for all Rocky's complaints, like he has to deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom C he's in an ornery mood. He says, when Raven Shadow does the finger counting thing, when you introduce him, I want to kill him with a steel dildo.
In his defense, I kind of do too.
Yeah. I mean, the steel ones do get the job done quicker.
They do.
And Rocky says, Father MZ is taking confessions, and he likes chains. MZ stands for Molester Zero.
Yes, come here, little boy.
Tom C, he's like a scorned lover.
Oh my God.
He says, that's what you get for loving MZ unconditionally for almost 2 years. He's all for that puke chains.
Oh, you're gonna have a fucking boiling ferret when you get home.
Tom, where the hell have you been, man? Oh, shit.
Yeah, Tom, you haven't been unconditionally loving MZ.
Yeah, you haven't been around, buddy. Where the hell have you been?
Oh, burning ferret.
All right, so Belial Lovett is getting a T-shirt, and he wants an 8x10 Raven Shadow.
Oh, Snoop, Belial, Patsy, Jeanette, they're on the way.
So fill that thing out, personalize it. I don't know if he didn't request anything specific, but he does want an 8x10. I'm going to send it out to him later this week.
Nice. I am Johnny for all that good.
I'm sad we didn't get a question from Rocky no, we did get a good question from Rocky, I think.
Oh shit!
Or we didn't get a question from Jeanette.
Oh shit!
What?
There's been some a new member in the chat room.
What?
Bobby Chains.
Bobby Chain's in the house.
Hey.
Oh, wow. Well,
What'd he say?
they should change the complexion of things.
To change the complexion. Say my name 3 times like Candyman, then I'll roll on your ass like an avalanche.
You just sound silly because you didn't attribute that to him.
What?
You sound silly because it sounds like you said that.
No, he said that.
Yeah, but you need to
You
tell
sound like
people.
you have gangster rap Tourette's.
We have hundreds of people, if not thousands, that are going to listen to this podcast. They're not in the chat room.
But didn't I just say Bobby Chain said this?
No, you
No.
said Bobby Chains is here.
All right. What
In your mind, you set it up like that.
Oh shit. Well, whatever I just
Your
said,
intentions were good.
Bobby Chain made it in text form.
All right. Well,
You know what, Raven Shadow? Your heart's in the right place. We just
you
don't know
call
where the hell your brain is.
Waving Shadow?
How about Wyrmwood?
Waving Shadow?
And Tom C., I'm a big supporter of you, sir.
An athletic supporter.
But I think if you contact my friend
Hold your balls.
CDR or Will or either of those guys, you can probably get whatever you got kicked out for worked out.
Don't use Dynamo's name.
No, you can.
I'm just kidding. All right. Well,
It's usually Tiny that's causing trouble on there, and I have to.
Tiny or Andy Christ.
Yeah, those two fucking pricks. They get kicked off.
That
No
thread was
sympathy.
ridiculous. I wondered if that was going to come up in conversation tonight.
It was ridiculous.
That thread was fucking ridiculous.
Well, let's not dwell on that. Let's move on because we have a lot to
Yes.
get to. We have tons of questions to answer. Ask the Deadites. We got a movie to review. People go buy T-shirts. We're actually running low on some stock. So I think if you're a large or double XL, we only got one left. So if you would like to get in on that action, go to trickortreatradio.com/merch and pick up your T-shirt today. And also, I would be remiss if I didn't mention our two favorite things to talk about here. Our friends over at XSplit are awesome. And if you do video streaming, whether you're doing a Let's Play, you're playing games, a Watch Us Die like our friends over at Haunting TV, or you're broadcasting your podcast like us, go check out XSplit and use their software because it's fucking great. We can do all sorts of cool stuff with it, and it's super easy to use. So go check it out. Also, if you do purchase stuff on Amazon, go to trickortreatradio.com. If you're watching the live video feed, I'm going to pull it up right here. Go to trickortreatradio.com, and you can navigate to the Amazon.com link. Click on that. Or if you want, you can right-click. Oh, no, that's not the right. It's not going to work here. You can right-click on it, and then you can go ahead and add it as a bookmark. So if you want to, you can bookmark it on your browser, so you always have access to it.
Browse.
So you don't have to always go to.
I was going to post
trickortreatradio.com.
all the cool presents that my lady friend got me, but I would be upset that people whose girlfriends don't like them would be better.
Okay. So head on over to trickortreatradio.com. Check out all the stuff we got going on there. Amazon.com. There's an XSplit link on there. If you haven't yet, if you haven't picked up the Enjoy the Covers tribute to Depeche Mode that we're a part of, you can get that for free. It's right on our website.
Executively produced by yours truly, which is important because it appears that only art that I make from scratch I get credit for. Oh, yeah, Tiny, I got a story for you off air.
Yeah, you just told it.
I
so.
can't wait. Thanks for telling me on it.
He already told it.
Yeah,
already.
I told it before you got on, so.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Tom C says that hurts. Actually, what is Tiny's problem with Tom C? Do you have a problem with Tom C?
Hey, no, I just told him in the chat room. I was just implying that the easily offended may have been offended by his candid remarks.
Oh,
I don't think I even saw this particular.
oh shit. Jeanette says, Raven Shadow, if you send me an 8x10, I'm putting it up behind me during my next review.
Oh my
Oh,
lord!
wow.
Word to Snurd.
Jeanette, if you put it up behind you, I guarantee you I won't watch it.
I will watch it 3 times.
Just like you listen to the show 3 times every week.
Yeah.
Now, how many times did you listen to the episode of Unchained that you were on?
Good chest. Good
chest? What? Are you looking at my
Good
chest?
chest. Too busy
No,
staring at
bless you.
pecs. Good question, Johnny, is what I meant to say. Little Freudian slip came out. I meant to say good question, and it came out.
Good chest is a very strange thing to say. Good chest.
Good
I
chest,
meant
yeah.
something totally different. Let me
Nice
check that
ass,
again.
Johnny. I'm glad you asked.
Glad I
I'm
asked.
glad you asked that question.
Asked.
Twice I checked out the chain domain.
So that's 7 hours of content right there.
Yeah.
And you listen to this show 3 times.
I gotta keep it.
That's like 9 hours.
Yeah.
Do you realize how much comic you could write or
And
draw?
yeah,
in
and
the
you
time
bitch about not having enough time.
I'm too busy listening to the shows and staying in touch.
Well, that's where our listens come from. So thanks. All right, so we need to move on. We need to review the film Wyrmwood. It's our featured review of the week. And why don't we cut to a break? And we'll come back and do that. Raven Shadow,
Yes.
when somebody is going to sit down, they're going to watch a post-apocalyptic zombie movie.
Oh.
Just set the scene, set the mood. What do people do? What should they do when they get ready to watch this film?
Oh shit! What I want you to do is to take your snowsuit and throw it in the dryer. throw it in the dryer.
Get your Outback jacket.
Get your Outback jacket. Dry it because you've been out shoveling. You've been roof raking for hours.
Your Lorenzo Lorazepam.
Yeah, put the space heater on. Call out for pizza. Make those fuckers guys come out in the snow.
Yeah.
And then once it's there, get some vino. Put some vino in Duck and Chino.
Ooh, I like it. Yep.
Maybe afterwards watch a flick with Al Pacino. But before that, you gotta get ready to vibe your Australian Outback joints, and you want to strap on.
All right, we'll be right back to talk about Wyrmwood.
Do you love a scary story? Do you love to dance? The Big Scary Monster Haunts at Midnight is a collection of dark songs about sex, love, death, revenge, and the end of the world. Brought to you by the world's greatest monster hunting electroshock band, The Deadites. Available on iTunes, Google Music, Amazon, CD Baby, and all other digital distribution sites.
Hey, you matzo heads. This is Larry Fine, and you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
I'm Ruby Burble.
What's up, y'all? It's me, the Yeti. Telling all the ladies that they couldn't be more fine and that we should knock those boots like Frankenstein. When I want to get my nerd on, I go to Facebook and I go to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. That's the place where I get to talk about all the hip new horror movies, all the cool comics,
Like comics.
RPGs, video games, you name it, we're talking about shit on there. And you could not be any cooler if you were the coolest kid in school. Be the first kid on your block to swing their cock over at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. Just go to Facebook, search for Trick or Treat Radio, ask to join, and it's like Nerd Nirvana, baby, without the shotgun blast. This is the Yeti, signing out. See you at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group.
Follow us on Twitter at The Deadites, TheDeadites.com, and TrickOrTreatRadio.com.
I'm gonna take mine. Don't say you want me. Don't say you need me. Don't say you love me. It's understood. Don't say you're happy out there without me. I know you can be.
Raven Shadow's no good.
Do you guys have that yet? Raven Shadow and MC?
I haven't downloaded that. I need
It's
some
free.
CDs. I know.
Yeah,
It's free.
yeah, we're gonna do that.
It's you'll like a lot of it. Great track by TL.
Yeah. No, I actually have someone else I'm going to give it to as well.
Great
who's a
track
big,
by Color Cult that I really like a lot.
That voice is awesome, man. Mm.
She kills
Oh,
that
yeah,
song.
she-
She kills that
I
song.
spoke with her like I don't know she
Hello, Oracle.
like everyone knows how much I love MZ. He's a great guy, but
Thank you.
I would slit his throat to see to like look down or fucking point. Like she is, yeah, she is so like Because she's way prettier than all the girls that like.
So flattering.
That I see.
You know, you're much better looking than the girls in porno mags.
She's way. She'd be
She
like
is.
she'd be
She's-
like the hottest Suicide Squirrel.
You're so beautiful you could be in porn.
That was like the Flight
You
of the
could be a
Conchords.
waitress.
Yeah.
You're so
Be a
attractive. Why don't you
part-time
dance on
model.
the pole?
You could be a part-time model.
Yep.
The other thing that's crazy about her is she doesn't really age, right? Like she looks exactly. Maybe it's because I see her all the time, but she looks exactly the same as when she walked into that club.
Well, I was
Nervous.
like stalking her on Facebook, looking at her pictures and everything.
At least you're honest.
And you know, hey, she doesn't know anything about it. And
Now she does.
You know, and I see some pictures of her, you know, like 10 years ago, and pictures now, and you're right, she doesn't age. She'll be 90 and won't even know it.
She looked great knocked up.
All right, let's fucking
I
move on
bet,
to the
I bet
review.
she looked
Come on,
better
come on.
making that baby.
All right, we're going to review Wyrmwood, Rhoda 2014. It actually just got a VOD release this year, but
Kneel before VOD.
started playing in festivals last year. It is an action horror film, 98 minutes, and it is directed by Kaya Roach Turner. It is written by Kaya and Tristan Roach Turner. We got some brother action going on here.
Big influx over the last 4 or 5 years of sibling film directors, huh?
Well, only one of them directed, but sibling film creators, I guess.
Yeah,
you could say.
I mean, but you see that a lot. Like both the Wachowski siblings direct, but one of them's always listed as a
We can't call them brothers anymore.
siblings.
Yeah.
One of them's always listed as a producer, but that's because of like unions. So I'm not sure. I guess this probably is legit that one of them's a producer and one of them's a director.
Can't call them box office draws either.
Who are the brothers?
Spearig
who made,
Brothers?
No, they're great too, and also from Australia, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Who are the brothers who made The Dead? That incredible zombie movie about zombies in Africa, and they just have one. I'll look them.
God damn, the name escapes me.
Yeah, like this. What my point is that all these tandems are awesome too. I don't know of a bad, of a bad duo. I was going to say bunch, but that would be the wrong measurement.
All right, and the film stars Jay Gallagher, Bianca Brady, Leon Burchill, Luke McKenzie, Yor Sovich, Keith Agius,
You're a son of a bitch.
Yorikovich, and Catherine Teresini.
And you're thinking of the Ford brothers, Harrison and John Ford.
Oh,
Howard and John Ford.
Those,
What about the brothers who did Captain America, right?
yeah, those two brothers who wrote it,
Yeah.
directed it.
And directed, yeah.
The brothers McMullen.
Nope, that's
Yeah,
not
they-
not what we're talking about.
Their name has come up today a lot. Now we were talking about at dinner, that superhero shaming thing, because everybody's like those guys are fucking awesome writers and directors. So fuck you, dudes.
All right, the synopsis. Barry is a talented mechanic and family man whose life is torn apart on the eve of a zombie apocalypse. His sister, Brooke, is kidnapped by a sinister team of gas mask-wearing soldiers and experimented on by a psychotic doctor. While Brooke plans her escape, Barry goes out on the road to find her and teams up with Benny, a fellow survivor. Together, they must arm themselves and prepare to battle their way through hordes of flesh-eating monsters in a harsh Australian bushland. Or is it bushland? I like bushland.
A bushland and a peck.
Is that what you drink? You drink Anheuser-Buschland?
I do now.
All right, so
Bushland Country Club.
does anyone wanna lead this off, or you guys want me to kick it off?
I like the way the way this film looked was really, really interesting because there was some scenes in which it was the color was really, really rich, really, really vibrant. And there were other scenes in which the color seemed like it was really saturated or desaturated.
Yeah,
rather,
it was
which
like
I
especially
really enjoyed.
with Benny's flashback.
Exactly.
Because he was wearing the red, and so like all the colors were really muted except for the reds. They really jumped. Cause,
Yeah.
I thought I noticed that too, and I thought it was really cool.
and the outdoors when they're it was like the colors were really rich when they were indoors, like with the doctor.
Yeah,
and those zombies and everything.
Yeah,
and the colors seemed to be desaturated when they were outdoors. I noticed that, like especially in the wooded areas, they were just like I thought it was a very interesting way to present the colors and the overall tone of the film. Really, I thought it was really interesting.
Well, before you go on, let me jump in here a little bit and talk about a little bit about the plot, and then as we move along, you guys just jump in. But I loved how the film opened. It didn't fuck around. Immediately, you see these humans in these fucking like awesome like very practical suits, right?
Yeah.
For fighting zombies.
Like you'd get at Men's Warehouse.
Yeah, no, not like that. Like at Dick's, right? You go to Dick's, Raven Shadow.
Dick's
Yeah.
You know,
like
like
the way you look.
but
can't.
very practical stuff. Like like one was wearing a hockey mask. I think one was wearing like a catcher's mask.
What kind of asshole would wear a hockey mask?
I don't know.
That's a good point.
Goalies.
But right away, it starts off. There's action. They're geared up to the hilt. They got guns. They got the armor on, and then they're trying to retrieve this truck and bring it and pull it back into the garage. We see about 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden we go to like a. Does it go to a flashback from there? Right. I think.
Yeah, it goes to.
So Benny talks about his day, the previous day, and how he got to this point. And, I thought that was cool, showing a little flashback. But then they showed Barry, I think he said to Benny, he said, I had to shoot my wife and kid, that there's no story there, or something like that,
Yeah.
And I thought that was a cool line. And then he went on to actually tell the story. Part of me wishes he hadn't. Like, I almost wish that he left it at that and was like, there's no story to tell, boom.
Yeah, 'cause he was like, I had to shoot my wife and kid in the head with a nail gun.
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
So from here we go to we see flashbacks of Benny and how he encountered the zombies, and what happens is they see like a meteor shower. Yep. And if you know anything about Wyrmwood, this will make a lot of sense to you. I've never read the Bible, but it's a pretty well known.
But he hasn't read it, but he's pissed on it a couple times.
I wet my butt with it.
That's your claim to fame, right? Wasn't that your ring entrance for a while?
What's Wyrmwood?
You never didn't? Was it Garth Ennis that wrote?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Is it based on the comic? It's not based on the comic. is it?
No. It's a term. I think Wyrmwood is the name of like an angel who blows a horn, and then all of a sudden I think like a meteor shower happens. I'm not sure if I'm getting this right. I didn't read the Bible, I said.
It's like he's like the Antichrist. He's the one. He's like the one that heralds the apocalypse.
Okay, yeah. So it's the coming of the apocalypse, and some people get sent to heaven, some people get sent to hell, and some people stay on Earth. Like, so this film mirrors a lot of that concept, right? Okay. So that sort of, it's we should be more knowledgeable about this, or at least some of us should be probably, but it's something that's been in pop culture, and it's been and used in films and TV and other works of fiction. So I thought the zombies looked pretty fucking cool in this. I don't know. Yeah. What did you guys think? MZ, you're the resident zombie guy here.
I thought they were the makeup was rather conventional, but pretty good.
I was hot and cold on them.
I didn't think it was too bad. Where skeletal will start to show through, skull, contact lenses, and rotted teeth and things like that. I mean, it's the basic stuff, but it was used. It was used well. It was used real well. I was impressed with it.
Cool, and I thought the gore was actually pretty well done. I think they did a really nice job of editing a lot of the gore stuff.
I thought, I don't know. I think that the scale of the practical versus CGI gore in this is the thing that kept it away from being a classic. Because just sometimes it's just distracting.
I wasn't distracted by the CGI at all for some reason. I don't know why. I hate CGI, especially CGI blood. But I don't know. I don't know if it has to do with the context of the film plays out with like how the CGI looked in this, because I wasn't thrown off by it at all.
Hot and cold with the zombies. I thought that they looked good. Sometimes I feel like the more they did to them, the worse they kind of looked. Like I think the late great and somebody who was a big fan of the band and a really great guy, Matthew McGregory, was in a zombie movie called The Dead Hate the Living.
I think McGorry, right?
McGorry.
You know who he is, MZ,
Right.
the tall
guy.
tall guy.
He played Tiny
yeah.
in The Devil's Rejects,
Yep.
and
Yep.
Was it Matthew
McGrory?
McGrory, yeah.
He was in a film called The Dead Hate the Living. And I think the look of the zombies in those movies, because of the amount of play that it got in horror press, was really, really influential today. I feel like more people saw those articles than saw the film. But his look in particular, where they just kind of enhanced his unfortunate, some elements of his unfortunate, of his health issues. I see that leaking into zombie films still today sometime. And that's really what those reminded me, those big furrowed Jack Kirby thing brows that a lot of the zombies had.
In talking about these flashbacks at the beginning, Benny has the first flashback. I thought his monologue was fucking great. He's like sort of not looking right at the camera, but looking off to the side a little bit, and conveying his story, how he was out with his friends.
In a spoiler, in a thing you'll see, there's very little that comes after the word Benny that isn't great in this film.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
What?
Benny was an awesome character in this film.
Yeah. Benny was. I thought he was one of the best parts of this film. Obviously, we'll get more to that as we move along. But I thought his acting was really fucking great, especially during that scene right there.
And that's a tough character to play.
Yeah, and that's what pulled me in. Like, there was a lot of, obviously we've seen countless zombie films in the last 10 to 15 to 20 years, right? So you really have to do something a little bit special to stand out from the pack. And I think right away, even though they weren't doing anything completely different to start off, I think that really is what kind of like got me pulled.
There's a subgenre that has as many highs to Return of the Living. You're risking dipping your toes into like a genre that is super oversaturated like zombies. You're competing, you're coming into a world where the highs of this genre are so high. A lot of absolutely fresh.
Yeah. I mean, there's this one area in which I was like amazed. Probably the most who gets infected and who doesn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not giving it away, but it's very unique. It's so simple. It's so fucking simple. How the fuck?
Way before, but I couldn't place
I
where.
can't spoil, but just
the reason that certain people weren't infected.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yep.
Yeah. It's genius.
Yeah.
It really is. It's so simple, and I'm surprised nobody thought of it before. And it's amazingly effective, and it makes the story go along nicely, not hitting any road bumps or anything like that. Or trying to think of a way to skirmish the issue or skirmish out of how you gonna get out of one situation and get into another. It just works. It's amazing.
So then from there we move on to Brooke. And Brooke is what they're doing, some sort of camera shoot, some film shoot, photography or whatever.
Yeah, Brooke is very, one of the most striking women I've seen in a movie.
Oh my God.
Brooke,
oh my God.
zero.
Like almost,
Brooke, zero.
Almost distracted. Like, Brooke, I have zero chances of ever talking to her.
I think the best thing about her was her acting as well, like her facial expressions, and even we'll get to this a little bit later, but some of the things she was doing when she was just tied up in that truck, like some of that stuff was
awesome,
looking all sweaty and everything.
Yeah, and it was so simple too. Like it's so easy to fuck up, but I think she nailed that stuff.
Even she spoke with her eyes a lot.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to do sometimes, especially if you're doing it for as long as she had to do it for. It could be tough.
So
she pulled it off
during the photo shoot. What did you guys think of the Sugar Skull zombie?
Oh, I love
super
that.
hot,
Thought that
very
was pretty cool.
like Harley Quinn meets
right up my alley.
Who was the chick in that was not Jack Skellington? Sally.
The chick that wasn't Jack Skellington.
The other one.
Oh, you.
I used to have such a crush on Sally Skeleton, and then Tiny Wife went as Sally Skeleton one year for Christmas and fucking blew it.
For Christmas?
For Halloween.
Well, it would have worked for either one, right?
Yeah. So
That's true.
like now all I can think of is the bastardized Tiny Wife version of that's not sexy at all to me.
Did anyone else think that Barry looked a little bit like Matt Hardy?
I was thinking, for me it was Eric Bana.
Yep.
Okay, I could see that too.
I agree
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
You know what he really looked like, and you might have to be a little bit older than you guys are to know this, but he looked just like the original G.I. Joe action figure.
Oh yeah.
Like even
yeah,
like with the way his hair was and like everything
Yeah.
else, like. But he was great. I was surprised I haven't seen him in more things. He was really, really good.
So many people look like somebody else. Like the first human he came across in the truck
Oh yeah.
reminded me of.
Guy with the beard.
Yeah, he reminded me of Matthew McConaughey's character from Reign of Fire, that dragon joint.
That guy was fucking awesome. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
The character in this movie that he befriends.
I love that dude.
That guy
That
was
in their
awesome.
grappling pulls out a cross arm breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was one of my notes going up.
Amazing. Yep.
And Dynamo, who was the Aborigine in X-Men when they were
Portal?
Was this Portal?
I think so.
I thought he had a different name.
He's in the Avengers now, so I should
Yeah.
know.
But that Benny reminded me of that the
Yeah.
Aborigine who could like twirl his magic rock and would teleport the X-Men.
I don't know that it was a magic rock.
Was it a magic rock?
Magic rock.
He had a loincloth and a magic rock.
You could bang sticks together because he was a savage.
Yeah. Tree bones. Whoop,
Whoa.
whoop.
What the hell was that?
Let's go to commercial.
It was the backup recorder.
Oh shit.
Don't nobody say anything funny.
No, I don't. I think it's still going.
Are we on?
Yeah, we're good. No,
Okay,
it's the
good.
back. It's the backup. You sons of bitch. You don't have to stop talking.
Oh, I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
put it back. Why don't you put it back up on the desk?
So, to me, when
Gateway.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
there you
looked it
go.
up.
So they showed like a minute to 2 minutes of present day, and then they go flashbacks for about 20 minutes or so. And I was not quite sold on the flashback thing. For me, when you play a video game and right away you're playing the character at its highest level, like you play the character at its height, like you have all the powers and everything like that, and then you wake up from a dream or you're stripped of all your weapons or whatever, and then you start fresh from the bottom and you have to work your way up to that. And you know, it's fairly common in video games just to give you a taste of what you'll be like down the road when you power up and level up enough. But I almost felt like this film was doing that, because it's like, here, this is what the film is going to be like. It gives you a taste, and then it goes back and shows you some of the flashback stuff. And I felt a little bit, I feel like it took me out of it a little bit. Like I liked those stories, but I kind of wanted to get back to them in the gear and the weapons, you know? Like I felt like they gave me a tiny little taste and then took it away. But I guess in a way, it makes you want to get to that point, and it makes you curious how they're going to get there. So I didn't hate it, but I just thought it was an interesting decision, and one that bugged me a little bit as it was going on. Did that bother you guys at all?
I guess a pretty common, plot mechanism.
Sure.
But it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me. This movie didn't. I mean, I guess this movie felt pretty contiguous to me, even with that beginning and the flashbacks and everything. It still felt very linear, very very much had a plot that could be followed without any confusion.
Okay, yeah. I'm curious to see. Dynamo just stepped out for a second, and he's back in here. Dynamo, I just asked about how they showed basically a minute to two of them in present day, and then flashed back to all this stuff that happened a day prior. Did that take you out of it, or
I was
did you like
afraid.
that?
I was one like, because I'm with you. Like, I was irritated before it played out, but then I realized as it was going, it seemed to like get to where it was going fairly quick and fairly organically. Like,
Yeah, I just was afraid that it was going to take the whole movie, or almost the whole movie, to get to that point again. You know,
I agree.
Yeah.
So-
Like that was the
that's generally what happens.
The punchline. Yeah, it is.
Exactly.
It is, definitely.
And it's almost always the mark of a film that is not going to be exciting, because you're pulling, a piece of your climax to make your intro exciting.
Yeah. By the way, we have someone in the chat room who hasn't been in for a while, so I want to call him out specifically. Our friend Renee Dynamo, our stage manager.
Yeah,
Hey.
I like her. She is nice too.
Yeah, she's
In the way I was talking about Oracle later, but I won't say about Renee because she's here.
She's great.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you hanging out, Renee.
I'm
Thanks for tuning
partially
in.
alive because of her the last couple shows. So.
It's true.
Yeah.
I adore Renee.
Wait, you're partially like the good way or partially the bad way?
Some of those Lucky Dog shows had me on the verge of a stroke.
Which is the good one, Tiny?
Yeah, which is the good one? Shouldn't she be fully alive?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
If she's doing her job?
Yeah.
So early on, no one knew how people get infected because some people weren't, some people were.
Right.
So I was like, what's up? Barry kisses his infected wife.
I thought that too. Like
I'm like, what are you doing, dude? You know?
Because people weren't changing from necessarily a bite. It just people turned.
Exactly. Yeah.
So with the moment when you saw, and this is a first few, so no spoiler, but when the wife's turning, he does kiss her, and I thought the same thing. Like, yo, you know,
yeah, what are you doing, dude?
maybe a handy, but don't
Dutch rudder, maybe.
Yeah,
you know?
like
They were doing some love making in the shower the night before, which
Yeah.
probably made things worse. So. I have a flaw with
You have a flaw? I didn't think you'd ever admit that.
I have a problem with a flaw in the logic of the science of this film. It didn't bother me too much because it's a silly movie, right? It's in the best possible way. But if you are immune to this thing as an airborne virus, generally you would be immune to it from person-to-person contact too.
Potentially. I mean, I could see how, how getting a bite could affect things differently.
Yeah, I mean,
it's introduced into the system more physically aggressively to the body, but like, when you eat or drink or, when things are exchanged with fluids, like,
yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think at least you wouldn't turn so fast, right? Like, because you already have a predisposition to be immune to it.
Yeah, but I mean, this is this is a zombie subgenre. I mean, you pretty much make your own rules,
Sure.
And I'm fine with it if that's the direction.
Hey, I didn't hate it. That's just my only.
If that's the direction they want to take it, I'm cool with it. I can suspend disbelief, and I know what you're saying. It is a little bit mind-boggling. Like, well, what made them decide to do that? But in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't that much of a.
And it
big
also
deal.
led to my only zombie contrivance that it fell back on that I felt zombie fatigue from, which is the changing. Like you could have took that whole thing out and like not been worried about, all right, well, this guy got bit. He died because he got bit. Mm-hmm. But now we have to worry about him changing or kill him before he changes. Yeah. And like that was a huge part of the Romero films.
Definitely.
And obviously like everything that came after it in O'Bannon's movie and everything else. But we now get that fucking drama, for better or worse, literally played out twice a week, every week now.
Yep.
And that's the gist of at least 2 episodes a season of Walking Dead. And I've been told that Z World or whatever it's called.
World War Z?
No. There's like a TV show.
Sci-fi show.
Yeah.
Z Nation, I think.
Like
Z Nation, that's it.
Like the Walmart Walking Dead. And
is that like the made-for-TV Mark Hamill?
Yeah. And I feel like that drama is just an element of the zombie film that is played out to the max.
Yep.
Like, he's going to change, and we have to wait for him to change, and that makes us very sad. And
it's time to change.
Yeah. So I think
it's
that's
a big part of the psychology, but I agree. It's how it has always been done.
Well, when you have altered enough from this, right? Mm-hmm. Like you could have, and you had a reason to not have it happen, like already established, like it would have been very easy to take out, and I think it would have streamlined. Very like if zombie fatigue is like a tunnel with like a lot of things you can get caught on, like this film managed for the most part to fucking dart through it without like getting caught very many times. But I think that one element is definitely something that is slowed it down a little, I guess, or made
that slowed this movie down.
Yeah, or made it less unique.
So whoa.
Go ahead,
rewind that a little bit. So the transition of the zombies made this movie slower?
No,
because I've literally never seen a zombie movie where they turned faster.
No, I don't think that was a problem at all. I thought that was fine. And but I think the fact that some people didn't turn and then they turned when they got bit You could have eliminated a lot of those scenes altogether where your comrades got turned into zombies, which is like, 20 or 30 pages of script of every zombie film.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Agreed.
Which would have made this so much more different without that, If there were just some people that they could get the shit bit out of them, but they couldn't.
Yeah,
that zombie bit the shit out of him.
He was running him amok.
That zombie was a real asshole in the first place.
Before I forget, I just want to call out we had 2 retweets for this episode right now from our friend Stephanie Wiley. And also star of this film who plays Brooke, Bianca Brady.
Whoa, hey now.
Retweeted out, so pretty cool.
Whoa.
All right.
She was probably the most attractive. Like
Stephanie Wiley and the girl from this movie is a trio I'd like to be the third member.
I am suddenly, after you just read that tweet, I am so glad I didn't say half of the shit that I was thinking about.
Well, it doesn't mean she's listening.
No.
She just retweeted.
You never know.
That's true.
But that's
You never
cool.
know.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's amazing.
All right.
Like
Good.
she might have been the most attractive chick in a zombie flick, and that's maybe even trumping the chick from Return of the Living Dead.
Linnea Quigley?
No, she's great, but the piercing one, the piercing
Oh, yeah.
one,
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
and she's
Return of the
smoking.
Living Dead 3.
There you go.
Mindy Clark.
Thank you.
You could have said a name, and I would have said, I don't remember her name.
Clear professional, Johnny.
So,
Nice chest.
thanks. Work it out. So when Barry kills, this isn't much of a spoiler because he says it right in the first couple minutes, but he kills his wife and child, and then a guy comes up to him in a truck and he pulls out a gun because he's not sure if he's human or not, and then this is almost, it reminded me a tiny bit of They Live.
Yep, me
right?
too, brother.
Yes,
Me too.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Because Barry wanted to kill himself,
Yep.
and this guy had a gun, and Barry was
yeah.
out of. He had
Nails.
the nail gun, and he was out of nails. He actually went to kill himself, and he was out. So Barry tries to get the gun from this guy, and they're like fighting over the gun. And then this guy, I forget his name, but the other guy who shows up with the gun pulls out a fucking cross arm breaker in midair.
Right. Amazing. Yeah.
Fucking incredible. He tosses on the arm breaker, and so these two eventually, I think he says he needs to go find his sister. I can't remember where it was, like Gula or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Chalker. That was the guy's name in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Chalker.
Okay.
Yuri Kovich was the actor.
Okay. That guy was awesome.
Yes, he was.
So these two are driving along. All of a sudden,
First of all, just
Go ahead.
just as an aside, the speed at which these guys develop this amazing relationship is like unrivaled in most any movie I've seen.
for sure.
I know they were about ready to kill each other, and like split second later, they're like, "Okay, let's go for a ride."
It was just. I
go
don't know.
with a
There's
couple of
something
dudes.
awesome about it.
But it felt awesome though. Like it felt very organic, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd say, it wasn't forced, and it didn't feel like, oh well. It felt like they they had like a kinship all of a sudden,
And it was gonna be real badass if these two are gonna be taking down zombies together, because they're both really awesome. For the brief amount of time that you get to know
Man crush.
I would say man candy.
Chalker, but when they start
Blowing each other.
teaming up, no, not blowing each other.
Yeah.
When they start teaming up, you could tell that the tandem is going to be pretty awesome. That these two are going to go out there and kick some fucking zombie ass.
Best part was drive around or through.
Yeah. That was pretty great. So they start driving off. All of a sudden the car stops. Barry is a good, he knows how to fix cars, and he gets underneath the hood, can't get it to start. So they obviously have to abandon the truck, and so they start walking into the forest. And then comes one of the fucking greatest scenes in movie history where he encounters Benny, and all of a sudden, what was the guy's name again, MZ?
Chalker.
Chalker. So all of a sudden,
Wait, can we talk about this? A spoiler, right?
Yeah, let's not talk about this.
Oh man, really?
Because that's a fucking. Let's do it for the spoiler.
Yeah,
section,
that's a
'cause That is
spoiler.
amazing.
All
We
right,
should
all
talk
right.
about that.
It is awesome, but let's leave it for spoilers.
That scene is fucking incredible though.
It's epic. It's fucking
Yeah.
amazing. Definitely.
Yeah. So, and this sort of speaks to what you were saying, Tanya. I think despite my my issues with the flashbacks, I think they did a really good job of having some character development here. Barry's arc just feels it feels logical. It feels like it makes sense.
Yeah.
He had to kill his wife and daughter, and I feel like he has lost the will to live and doesn't give a fuck right now. And I don't know, like it was so subtle. Walking Dead sometimes takes, seasons to get someone to this point, and they did it within a few minutes, and it felt really, really logical. It felt like it made a lot of sense to me.
Yes, the writing was definitely a big contributor to this, but the acting was just so fucking phenomenal between these two characters, especially.
I agree. Yeah,
all the characters, really all the characters.
Yes, everybody involved was just really spot on.
Yep.
So then we fast forward, we see this fucking scientist dude who's experimenting on Brooke and zombies.
Yeah,
and so there's a zombie laying down. It was a pretty fucking cool looking zombie, that one that was on the gurney.
Yeah.
Kind of looked like Kane never got into weightlifting.
yeah, I could see that. Oh wait. Where's your great big
I love you, Brooke.
Where's your great big bammer?
Explode.
So this scientist dude who's doing all these fucking experiments, that dude was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I thought he was kind of ridiculously awesome.
Kind of like a Jeffrey Combs sort of character.
Yeah, totally. Right. I didn't think that when I was watching it, but I could totally see that.
Really well done, though. Very well done, I thought.
When I was watching him, man, I my mind went immediately towards the scene in Dead Alive, where
another great zombie comedy,
where Lionel goes to the Latvian doctor.
Bad choice.
Remember that scene?
Yeah.
He gets the tranquilizers from that guy. That's the
I do
first
not
guy
have-
I thought of when I saw that guy.
I do not have sedatives.
Sedatives?
He reminded me of like a AIM agent that was running amok completely in that yellow gear.
But that guy.
Oh,
was,
yeah.
That guy was freaky deaky, dude.
He also, once again, I thought he was a great actor because it's a guy in a fucking full suit. He's got like the what do you call that suit he was wearing? Like containment,
An outbreak
a
suit.
contamination suit.
Hazmat suit.
Hazmat. Yeah. So I mean, it's hard to emote through the visor, but I felt like he did a really awesome job of
Well, the costume designers did a fucking awesome job too. They lit his mask first of all, which is very clever because then you get the emotions on his face because it's hard as shit to light through a reflective surface like that, like his mask. So putting a light in his mask kind of made sense in some way. I don't know, it didn't look weird, but definitely, I mean, you got his eye, you got the expression of his eyes, his face, the whole deal.
Yeah, they did a really nice job, and it's something that we've seen that people fuck up, and they paid extra attention to make sure to get this one right, and I think that was well worth it.
Yep, a lot of close-ups in this movie. Too.
Yeah, absolutely,
and well warranted and well focused close-ups. Yeah, I was joking, but let me sort of reiterate that point about the whole Mandy Lane thing. This movie was out of focus a lot, right? Like the action was just so fast that, and the camera angles, the camera distance was so aggressive that it was real hard to keep up with it.
Yep.
But it was fine. It worked. It was part of this sort of like the kinetic energy of the movie.
That's exactly what I would have said.
Yeah.
And that's cool. I'm totally fine with that. There's a huge difference, and I didn't properly express it in that other review because I know I got picked on a lot.
326 episodes ago.
But there's a big difference between like out of focus because things are just too frantic and out of focus because the camera operator didn't do his or her job well. In this movie, there's a lot of people out of focus. When his wife goes to like attack him out of the car, her like big facial vamp or whatever is completely out of focus, but it totally works because it's aggressive and it's fast and it's like the camera can't keep up with it. Totally fine, totally cool. There's a million scenes like that in this movie. I have no issues with
that. Was the episode Patsy was on.
Yeah,
that was a long time ago.
That's right. Yep.
That's exactly the way I would have said it, Tony. I'm just gonna say that now. Whenever someone says there's something really smart.
Yeah, well, Well, we all had 326 episodes to come up with it, so
Exactly. There's another concept I'm going to leave until spoilers because I think when you realize it,
who's going to run the show?
I'll just say the way they power the truck.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in spoilers, but
That's a
Very
big
weird.
fucking spoiler right there.
not necessarily. I didn't say.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah.
It's just a detail.
Yeah.
It's not a punchline, I would say. You know?
I don't know, man. I think it has a lot to do with I think it has a lot to do with our friends surviving.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true. That's
ultimately.
So
yeah.
they,
And the gasoline thing was even, and the kerosene thing was even weirder.
That's
Like,
my other
that was
question,
just-
Tiny. I didn't cut you off, but did they? I feel like I'm missing something with that. Like they didn't really explain that enough.
They
I
went
think
through a
they're
whole
trying to-
fucking thing to explain it. They didn't explain
well,
why.
well,
What's what I mean?
they didn't explain the chemistry of it, right?
Well, I think the
Exactly. I
meteor
think we're
set
supposed
them.
to
or not. I think
This meteor fell, the Earth changed, chemistry is fucked up, things are fucked up, and we just kind of move on with it. Suspension of disbelief, right?
Yep.
It's just weird that
All
they.
right.
It almost feels like they went out of their way to do that with the combustibles, in order to bring that other element.
the Wyrmwood, if you will. You know,
Yeah.
it's definitely part of the term. Oh, spicy.
now we're back in the present, and we're basically to go get the truck that's outside, surrounded by zombies. And so I think Barry says we need to armor up big time.
Yeah.
I thought that scene was great when they come out and they put the
Yep.
all the gear on.
That looked like the whole editing.
Yep.
Well, that's the first, but that's like a Raimiism.
Standard now for horror. What she's able to do was fucking cool.
I really kind of marked out for that.
How often have we seen that?
Yep.
I got
I
a
don't-
boner watching that scene. Shit.
Can you guys remember?
Somebody.
Us. We'll give
Yeah,
you.
we'll talk.
Radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you. My kids were around. I had to put a TV tray over my brush hole.
I just don't have a kitchen table or a kitchen. Put the table in.
Have you guys seen any films where someone can do what Brooke can do, for like in a zombie movie?
In a zombie film, no.
I don't think I've seen
In
that.
another kind of film, yes.
Sure.
Zombie
Right,
film,
right.
no.
Let's not say how it's done in other films because it might give something away. So we'll leave that to spoilers. But
I thought it was super. It made sense to all that stuff. What really pisses me off is all right, military guys are dicks in the zombie apocalypse. Is that fair to say?
sure, yeah.
And it really pissed me off that the angry AIM agent was doing those horrible things to her, where she's obviously super attractive. Why don't you be friends?
You'd be friends.
Why you gotta torture the really attractive, fit girl? No need for that.
Well, they did a sample of her blood earlier. Maybe they made sure that she was okay. But talk about I don't know. But the dialogue in this film I thought was really well written. There were some really good lines, especially Benny. Benny delivered some of the best fucking lines in this movie.
Best Benny since Total Recall.
Yes, exactly.
yeah. I'll agree with that.
got 5 kids to feed.
And the acting was fucking great. Like that's what surprised me so much about this. That I was really surprised by how great the acting was. By mostly, I know what you mean. Yeah, Frank. Something happens to
But no, I love the.
discovered it. It's like, oh shit.
Camera movements. The camera movement. And the chaos that ensues in the film. It wasn't overdone. It was done just right at the right amount of time at the right moments, and it didn't overdo it at all one bit.
Yeah. So let's see. So
Oh, okay, gotcha.
where they're stuck in the night in the truck, and that was a pretty fucking cool scene. But I film with so many ladies, I guess.
Yeah.
All really fucking cool.
Dawn of the Dead. It kind of was a lot better than.
Return of the Living Dead. Cooper was right.
Was
It's
right.
an element that you don't see.
One of the things that was so amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, you sound.
God damn it! I have something to say.
Just so far, but
Bon Jovi or okay, Officer.
I don't want.
Issues here at the Cat of the Router. Hopefully, we'll get
Router.
for sticking with us if you're.
Word just regal was that great.
What I was going to say is one of the amazing things about the fact that this is an Australia, this is a movie and not an American movie, is that everybody that they for any question that everybody's going to like have each other's back and everything. I found that super refreshing in this. Like you always like are waiting for the next shoe to drop and somebody like turns their immediate sense of
I
camaraderie.
think even in Australia, the Mad Max feral kid razor boomerang is like a treat.
I noticed something was up when I saw the green, like, bile or smoke come out of their mouths.
Yeah. You know, that's funny you say that. I meant to say that before. Everything that irritated me in this film in the first second got explained away. Like, so the zombie turns around at the beginning of the thing, and it looked like maybe his breath, you could see his own breath or whatever, and I was like,